madness. This is
Okay, so I think I got a playlist that I won't get in trouble for listening to. So we'll give that a shot. Today I'm going to take the two other guns and I'm going to get them all set up like the mushroom gun and make it so that they can be picked up or purchased at the vending machine. Okay, so that's just a collider. I can copy this, right? And then paste it onto this one.
This is madness.
Just like paste as new. Yeah. Let's see what else I'm missing here. That's weird that zoom is just different. 0.35, yeah. Okay, whatever. There's a press E, I need to have that. And then the item, which I don't know if I have for all the guns. I don't have for any but that one, so let's make a new one. I don't remember why I called this PD88R. But then that can go, oh, wait. That's because I have this selected and not that. Okay, let's pick the sprite for the gun and the prefab for the gun. I'll put this on lock. I assume it's up. Oh, I can't go up any higher, so let's go down. It's probably alphabetical order too, huh? Maybe CD if I named it. There it is. Yep. And then the prefab. Put that right in there. How come I have none for the sprite when I just literally picked it? Okay. So let's unlock, go here. And now that I have the item made, I can drag and drop it to the items there. The E sprite, which is like the press E to pick up. Oh, it's a prefab, not a sprite, sorry. Barrel's already there, the projectile is there. Let's just double click on this gun and make sure that everything is here. Yeah, okay. Just a sprite renderer and the gun's individual script. This is using the C5-4X script when I want it to have its own PDB or PD88R. That's supposed to be like a super soaker or something. So I think I'm going to make a new script for it. And then I'll have to reassign all those variables there, but that'll be all right. I didn't get too far into it. So it's going to be a new mono behavior, and again, PD88R. Doesn't have to be the name that the player will end up seeing or calling it by. I can change that. But it is basically all of this. In fact, I'm going to take it from the gun base down. Okay, and then here I'm going to put back the header for the current gun. I need quotation mark there. And that is it. It's a grenade launcher. So that's me reminding myself out loud that the grenade projectile needs to be assigned. So I go here. I'm going to put this component in. I wonder if I can just drag these there. That'd be so nice. But alas, I cannot. Okay. Grenades, barrel, E-sprite. I can click on this and just load it from here. And the item, I believe I can just do that as well. Right, and so now that I did that, I can remove this. That is a trigger, yep. Okay, I think that one's done, and I only have the one more. What I can do, though, is now take this and put it here. And I should be able to pick up both guns. I don't have a way to switch back and forth yet, I don't believe. I don't think I've done that. Maybe I'll add that tonight as well. So there's that there, and I have it. But here's that, and I can tell from looking at it that it's kind of hanging out right there, the tip of it. Oh, that's weird offset. Did I make the guns sprite, that one there, a separate sprite from the original? Oh, the grenade was exploding the mushroom. Like the gun itself points, but the code that makes the gun wobble when I run only makes one of the guns wobble. Cool. The grenades also don't have their own explosion yet either, their animation. Okay, so the item has the sprite, right? So if I go to the items and I go to this one, see how it has a separate inventory icon? So I'm going to go to the sprite editor of this. Yeah, and then I'm going to put a box around here. Do I have a measurement anywhere? No. Okay, well, 16 by 16, that's what the size of this was, right? Oh, it's 17. Oh, it's 17 by 16. this one kind of needs to go like that. Yeah. Okay, and then this is going to be named similar to this one, right? SM inventory icon. So this is the PD A8. Was it R? Yeah, R. I'll paste that part in there and apply it. I might as well do the same thing here. C54X. That's 18. This is 17. Yeah. And it makes it kind of like I can't reach there. So let's go like that. C54X. I may move a separate copy of those elsewhere, but for now that'll do. And now let's go back to that item. And the item sprite. Is this one. What the heck did I click? That. Okay. So now when I pick it up, that icon should be centered. Yeah, much better. Thought even about like turning them at an angle. That might be something I'll do in the future. Okay, that's the asset. This is the sprite. Yes, yes. Okay, and now let's edit the asset for the gun itself. Let me lock that down. And it has its own C54X script. I need the E icon. I convinced myself also that the E for energy should not be E for energy. If it's going to be press E to pick up an item. It might be confusing, like does this mean it's energy? Or I can leave that and make this look more like a keyboard key. Yeah. Okay, and then real quick, let's unlock that and copy the collider. Go over here and I'll just paste it. I hit save. Why are you not saving? Missing required components, exclamation point. That's the script. has possibly... Oh. Yeah. What does that mean? I added the collider and everything there is assigned. Can I run this in that current state? Yeah. It won't let me save. Let's take that and we'll put it out here. We'll see what happens. It looks fine to me. Transform the script sprite renderer. Transform the script the sprite renderer. Okay, yeah. Okay, pick up one gun. Let's go over here and pick up this one. Those don't explode or anything. Maybe they should just explode on contact and have more velocity. So I'm gonna pick this up. Oh, that's funny. For some reason that ended up over here. Probably because its local position, according to the player, is the local position according to the world. How do I find... I guess I just go here. Oh. Yeah, see how its position is zeros. So before I'll get the position of the gun I'm gonna drop. I have to set it is collected to false so it stops aiming, and probably reset the rotation. Oh, jeez. No, set the rotation to 0 and the flip. Where's the flip on the sprite renderer here? Set that so it's just kind of back to there. Right. So we do at least drop that weapon, which is good. Is that music overbearing? I'm gonna turn it down a notch. How about that? Looks like I got a lot more music to listen to on this website. You are on a free account. Unlock unlimited downloads and more with a free trial. Oh, I bet you somebody, a YouTuber, has a free code for Epidemic Sound. Okay, so it's probably in the player character. Receive item. Gun base on collect. base on collect. Can I, where does that go? Is there go to definition? Okay. This character, get component, add to inventory. Okay, so I tell it to collect it. It tells the gun it's being collected, and then it turns around and calls add to inventory. On player inventory. Does player inventory tell... Sup, cowboy? Your bots are going wild. They were like, I saw like the link. I was like, okay, cool. That one's working, and then it disappeared. I'm like, what the heck happened? And then like the other Nightbot showed up and it was like, quit your bitching. It's like, or what did it actually say? Like, you have to let it go. Stop posting links. So I think there's something in Nightbot that I can tell it that Stream Elements is allowed to do stuff. Okay, so this then figures out which inventory item gets collected, and then if inventory 2 slot is not null, inventory instance, or I'm sorry, environment instance secondary inventory sprite equals that, but that only does that. If that's not null, I can take it there, otherwise it goes here. I'm missing the part where I'm setting the primary gun to its parent to null. Oh, here, wait. If inventory 2 is not null, then we inventory slot 2, that's that. Okay, so if neither one of them are empty, then I do this. I drop inventory slot 1. Cool. Okay. I set this character to null. I set the parent to null. Okay, so here's more. So let's do fix the sprite. So let's do this. Sprite renderer. Sprite renderer equals inventory slot 1 get component slide renderer. Okay, and then sprite renderer dot local Euler angles dot transform is transform dot local Euler angles is vector 30, and sprite renderer dot flip y. Well, say both those false, right? I do need to get the position. So vector 3 world position, inventory slot 1 transform dot position, right? And then when I set the parent to null, I'm going to say that the inventory slot 1 dot transform dot position equals world position. So when I drop the gun, it should be right where it is. Maybe even I might add to the Y a little bit to make it go down. Okay, can I save now? I can. Jeez, that had me a little worried too. The field network menu is single player, is assigned, but is never used by you. Okay, so I walk over here, I pick up this gun, it goes there. Come over here, pick up this gun, and that means it will go here. This one gets forced into the secondary. But now that they're both full, I come over here, and the one that I'm currently using in my hand, which is this one, should get dropped. It did, but it goes over here. I don't know why that is. Oh, also, that is... what's it called? Is collected. That'll be the gun base, I believe. Gun base, right, renderer. It's not. What? Surely that's not, okay. So I don't see that is collected is here. Oh, item, gun base comes from item, or collectible, sorry. So collectible has the is collected, right? And so why didn't that show up? Because indeed, does it say that? Oh, it does. I ignored the fact that the header said collectible. So release ownership. This is going to be this character. Okay, so forget the character and the fact that, and uncollect. And so I'm going to do this. Collectible equals that. And then collectible, this character equals null, and collectible dot is collected is false. Set the world position, which didn't work. Right, because we saw that I took the position, I set the parent to null, and then I tried to reset the position, and it did not work. I'm not using a local position by mistake. Oh, it worked that time. Cool. So to make that projectile go faster and explode on contact, which is currently going to be just to destroy self. Is that just like a generic shot or something? Projectile. C-54X projectile. Did Setzer finish a demo in 4 days? I believe Setzer finished a demo. I don't think he published it anywhere though. Like I'm pretty sure like at this point right now it's playable. It looks playable from his screenshots. But he didn't share anything with me yet. There's nothing in this at all. Okay, so do I give who should have the ability to set the projectile's initial velocity? Should it be the projectile itself or the gun? And what happens when I shoot? Doesn't the gun have a... I know it doesn't go down to collectible, right? For the velocity. So each gun monitors when I click the mouse button. Here we go. This is hard coded. This 10. So I think each gun should have a variable for the linear velocity, and I don't want to put it in like the gun base script. I want to put it in each gun so that like a gun you can maybe like hold down the mouse button to power it up to shoot further. Or does the gun base have a generic starting velocity? Yeah. This is going to be a serialized field because it's going to be an internal initial velocity. Oh, I gotta make it a float. Okay, and then I can paste that here. And I'll do that with the other two guns. There we go. And then I'll have to go to the inspector. Wasn't sure if you missed it. No, you didn't miss it. I would have played it if I had it too. Okay, and then in each gun, that's in the scripts, not the prefabs. Let's go here. Okay, this is the one that I want to be able to shoot further. It's weird that the gun base, I figured, oh, it is in the hierarchy order. So this is gonna be like twice as fast, maybe even 3 times as fast. But then this can be like 15, and then these are just a lot slower. Regular speed. I kind of want to like have a an Easter egg where you can find a basketball, like you maybe see like a basketball hoop here, or you know, somewhere in the game, and then like later on in the level you find a basketball and you take it all the way back and like try and shoot it. Like I don't know, I kind of maybe I think that maybe the grenade and the mushroom should have the same velocity. Yeah, I'll go back and change that. And now I have this gun, which should just pew pew. Yeah. Okay. I am gonna give a script or some stuff to these scripts. Should like the mushroom should last forever. And I'm not gonna have anywhere like in the world that you could fall off. Like the whole thing's gonna be encapsulated. So I don't think I should have to worry about like if the Y value is so far gone. Or maybe I should. So like doing a distance check is fine, but if you have like a whole bunch of mushrooms just kind of like hanging out doing distance checks every update, that could really slow the game down. Sure, there you are. Cowboy was asking if you missed the demo yet. But I am going to give a maximum lifetime to the orange projectile, or red one. And so I think I'm going to do this as a coroutine. Is it IEnumerable or IEnumerator? Is that, isn't it? Destroy later, and maybe that should be no. Well, all of the core gameplay code is built right now. You're building the stage, so not a demo in 4 days, more like a demo in 6. Nice. And then it's like yield, wait, how do you do that? Return, wait 4 seconds. And that'll be a header C64X underscore projectile, and here I will have a serialized field, internal float max life, and then in start I will, is it call subroutine, create sub, I'm missing what that is, and maybe I need to add something here to do that. What am I currently using that has a subroutine? I don't think any of my guns do. Nightbot gets to post links, but it doesn't allow the other bot to post links. 115 custom CS files so far. 115 files, bro, in 4 days. Oh, you get to work from home too, so yeah. Oh, yeah. Why am I reinventing the wheel? See, 64x projectile when I called the gun C54. Interesting. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Save. On the projectile, I can add my destroy self script. You took Friday and today off, so the local schools were closed on Friday, and today is a vacation day. Like normally it's like the first day of doe for hunting season, and all the schools are closed this day. It's like a local holiday. Although this might be the last time they do that, because after the school schedule was set, then they voted to allow hunting on Sundays, so the first day was actually yesterday. Yeah, so here I'm just going to add the destroy self and maybe 5 seconds. I don't think I want the bounciness though, so I am going to have to go into the script and do like a on collision enter thing. Only stopping for food and smokes, not sleep though, huh? You need a UI UX designer, yeah, right? We need some front end guys. And a level designer. Gonna hit up r/INAT. Which one? What's that one? Once you have a demo footage, and might be able to get some people who won't mind rev sharing. Cool, cool. Why did my gun disappear? Because I put destroy self on the gun, not on the projectile. Okay. And so how do you like Unity's built-in networking system then? I'm not far enough that I feel it's too late to switch, but I do kind of like what I've already been able to accomplish. Oops. Oh, what? It's too powerful. This is where I think the collider dynamic, it is, collision detection needs to be continuous. Man, that Cinti asset zombie survival game is gaining in popularity. Is it? It's actually made an Unreal Engine. Unity's UGS is super easy. You had the lobby join setup running in a few hours. You actually have LAN, UGS, Steam support working. Did all three simultaneously. Interesting. cool. I don't know if they should have like a little explosion poof. Well, they're also going to destroy on contact. That's cool. Did you follow a decent tutorial then? You may have already shared it. On collision, enter 2D. Destroy. Collision game object. Game object. And there will be no bouncing. I didn't go down in there and shoot. Claude Sonnet 4.5 tutorial. Man, it's not my streaming frame rate. That's just very hard to see. So I definitely need some kind of explosion puff thing to let the players know that it reached a destination. So a velocity of, was this 30? So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to lower the velocity down. To 15, but then in the projectile itself, I'm not going to use gravity. And that's just changing gravity scale to 0, right? Who makes Claude? Is that Google? Can I do gizmos? Oh, geez. Stats, that's what I wanted. Not gizmos. Really? My frame rate is horrible. I bet you it's my Starfield. Yeah, holy crap. I may not do a Starfield. Yeah, I might just be better off with a static background that is still attached to the camera, so it's like parallax. Okay, let's hide the stats so I can see. Cool. Okay, so I can pick these up. And then I can drop one to pick up another. And it's good. And then I think I can just keep doing that all day long. Yeah. Did the other gun stop shooting, or I just don't see it? Oh, I kind of see it. Okay. So I want to use the scroll wheel to switch weapons. And I think I'm going to do that in my inventory script. And I don't know how to do the scroll wheel, so bear with me. So this is going to be like if input dot get just mouse button get simulate mouse with touches. No, sorry. Is it scroll mouse scroll data delta? Is there a delta X? There is. My mouse doesn't do that. I bet it's just Y. Is greater than 0. Yeah, I think that's what I want to do. And I'm just going to do the toggle. You've only used scroll wheel for zooming camera. Yeah, you know what? I've done that before too. For like when I was trying to make that game where it would randomly create, like I'd have like all the prefabs for hair and the faces and the clothes and everything, and it would randomly put together a person, and then it would randomly make a whole bunch of other people that didn't quite match that person. And then it would tell you with a person that it made that you have to assassinate, and like you could zoom in, like you like on a rooftop looking down. I never did finish that though. I had a cool little spinning thing on the side of the scope to tell you like what the distance was from the thing that was in the center of your vision. And I blurred everything on the outside of the scope too. So then we're gonna, is it just swap collection extension, swap inventory slots, and which is it? Swap inventory. Why did you add that word if that's not a real method? Yeah, I think you were there for that. My chat plugin is working, but it's really big. So give me 2 seconds. Yeah, see how the font there is really big? So can I edit this? Properties? No. I'll have to fix that later then. Yep. Okay, so that should be it, right? It doesn't matter if I'm scrolling up or down because I'm only going in one direction, or I can only go and toggle back and forth. And then when I put the one in slot 2, I need to have something on that game object that tells it that it's not the active game object, so that it doesn't shoot. So do I handle it in the gun base? Internal float is active. That's a float. What am I doing? Internal bull is active equals false. So there's going to have to be, when I collect it, I have to set it to true. And in here, I set it to true. Right? So, inventory slot 1 dot game. It is a game object. So I can get the component straight from this point. Gun base dot is active is true, and inventory slot 2 dot get component gun base is active is false. When I collect them though, add to inventory. If the slot is null, then inventory slot 1 dot collectible equals that. Otherwise it's that, and then it swaps. Otherwise it's that and that. Okay, so inventory slot 1 dot get component gun base is active as true. I'm wondering though, like if I lose the gun base, the gun in slot 1, like maybe I can throw it away. I won't be able to set it to true, so I should do like if inventory slot 1 doesn't equal null, do that, and then if inventory slot 2 isn't null, then do that. I'll put tabs in here. I might have to add a if it like an else, then if inventory slot 2 isn't null, then swap. I don't know if I'll ever run into that scenario though, but I'll put that here if that's ever becomes the case. So swap inventory does this. What if there is no gun in inventory slot 2 though? I can't swap the inventory. So I need to be like if only if inventory slot 2 doesn't equal null. Doesn't matter if the first one is null, because it'll just go into the secondary spot, but I can't switch to the secondary spot if there's nothing there. That makes sense, right? That's a shame that kills my performance that hard. So I get this, okay, and nothing happens when I scroll my mouse wheel. No, look at how bad my performance drops. Well, it was horrible. It was literally, I had like 40 frames per second and I turned it off and it went up. But now that it's, and now it seems to be working just fine. Mouse wheel is not working though. Player inventory. That is on the player, right? Yep. Okay. Switch the particles from rigid body to transform. Am I doing that? How much of a difference do you think that'll make? Yeah, okay. So maybe I'll leave it. Although I was kind of excited about drawing backgrounds and doing sprites for it. Sprite art, pixel art. Yeah. So if that's that, oh, so I can just say like, if it's not a 0, how about if it's not 0? It doesn't have to be greater than or less than, because I assume my delta can be negative if I'm scrolling in the other direction. Maybe that's all I had to do. Anywho, then debug.log just say scroll delta .y is input mouse position mouse scroll delta .y. Can I do, yeah, I have to do it like this. And then .x, just in case I did the wrong one. It would almost make sense to have the particle system be transform instead of rigid body by default. It is the Y, and although I am not swapping. Okay, so that part is good. If inventory slot 2 is not null, so debug.log inventory slot 2 dot name. It is swapping back and forth, so it's not updating the user interface. That is all. Maybe swap should automatically update the user interface. Cool. And now, so I kind of need to disable the gun that is not in the primary slot and enable the one that is. And this kind of makes that not needed anymore. Right, so I just do the slot one dot, it is a game object, so I can say set active, or is it active self? Yeah, what is it? There's so many different ones. Active self get, really? Set active. I did that, right? And it like complained about it. No, it didn't. Inventory slot one. Oh, I want true here. And then in here, dot set active, this one is false. So that hides the secondary one. And then it shouldn't be able to listen to clicks. Okay, that one shoots mushrooms, this one shoots grenades. Cool, I only see one. Switch, shooting mushrooms, switch, shooting grenades. That's cool. I'm going to change the velocity of that back to 10. And I think I kind of like that as 10, but we'll see. I might not yet again get to the vending machine. Yeah, I think that's good. So for that collision though, I kind of want like a little circle just to show, maybe not even a circle, maybe a like a jagged little impact thing. And maybe it could be facing the direction or opposite direction of the velocity of the projectile. Do I want to put it here, or do I want to create a new one? Yeah, so first I'll save as, and these are explosions. This is going to be generic. Okay, and then I can use the like one whole side here. We'll start by erasing. I thought I knew a shortcut to change the size. I thought it was scroll up and down. That apparently was not it. Okay, so I'll start with a black. I would just go straight to yellow. So here's where it's going to originate. And so have little spikies. Just like that. And then maybe white in here to show like the heat. Is that too big? What size is this? $16. Let's try to do this in 8. Why would you find whatever? 8 by 8. Okay. That's gonna be a little difficult, huh? Maybe if I go like this instead. I do kind of want it to be more, less of a stretched out thing, but more like a ball shape. That's what I should have done. Let's take a circle. Oh, am I drawing a circle? I didn't realize I have that tool. Circle selection tool. That means I have a line tool. Okay, and then let's bring these back towards like off center. Even that one. I'm gonna put another one out here. That looks horrible. So let's not even do that. Let's go into explosions. I'm gonna create, let's just go here. Create an empty, and then this is just gonna be like a generic hit. And then we'll add, let's just drop that in here, go into it, and then we'll add a particle system. Okay, so the first thing is going to be the shape. It is a cone, right? No, how about a circle? What does arc actually do? Okay. And then I can change the rotation of that. That's the Z, correct? Yeah. Oh, so if I make it backwards like this, is it 145? No, is it 135? I think that's right. Then when I set it to be having the same rotation as the velocity of the projectile, then it'll be coming back at it. But I don't know if I want just a 90-degree. So we'll go higher, but not quite 180. We'll meet in between. So we'll go like 140. Cool. In emissions, we're not going to do any over time. We're going to have one burst like that. Not that many particles though, maybe 5. And these are going to be affected by gravity. Oops, play. Color, it's white. I need to change the renderer though to be a sprite. And the size, start size like 0.3. Okay, maybe a little bit more on the gravity. Is there a start velocity? Because if I raise this up, then we're gonna get to the point where, well, that's not bad. Okay, I'm also not gonna loop. Right, that. Okay, duration maybe a little bit less, so like 3. Okay, 2, 1. I don't know why it's going that far. Anywho, I'm going to do size over lifetime. And this is going to be backwards. I'm going to put this down and this up. Oh, I got to do that. Blink. And then I'm not going to worry about trying to fade the color out. Yeah, what? Duration. Is there a start time? Start life, sorry. If speed is 10, that just makes it go faster, right? Oh no, it does go out. Okay, So start speed, I'm going to do random between two constants. Okay. It's probably good. I don't want it to bounce. Is it going to be where do I set? Is it physics? I totally forgot where I set if it collides with something, what's going to happen. Should it bounce or should it just kind of stick? Or do nothing? Simulation space. We want world space. Scaling mode. Well, let's see how this looks. Do I need to put a game object in the projectile? The projectile doesn't have one, right? Correct. So here I have a public game object. I'll call it the explosion prefab, I guess. What do I do for the mushroom projectile? Explosion prefab. I am so predictable. Oops, header. Let's see, 64x projectile. Explosion prefabs. On collision, enter. Do I want to have two different explosions? Like one that explodes like I just did, and then one that... No, sorry. I was thinking, like, what if it's sitting on the ground and it just puffs out of existence? I can make the same projectile shoot straight up, I believe. Maybe. Let's go with... Excuse me. It's about that time. Game object go equals instantiate explosion prefab go dot transform position equals this transform position. The angle, so my projectile is not, it is at an angle, isn't it? Yeah, like that. And the explosion needs to have destroy itself as well. I'll give it 2 seconds. Is there an error that's stopping it from? Yes, of course. I'm failing to spawn, instantiate the explosion, so therefore it's not calling the destroy thing, which allows it to go ahead and bounce. I'm gonna make that none though. This needs to come up here, or I can keep an eye on it. Okay. Projectile force is a public thing. Generic explosion, generic hit, sorry. What's wrong? Not set to an instance of an object. Oh, is it because of... No. Vending machine is having a problem. Unassigned reference exception, the variable explosion prefab has not been assigned. But I did I not just do that? Type mismatch. It is a game object. Public game object. Explosion prefab. Oh, wait, what? Is it too late to create a parent? Wait, no, yeah, so I have the transform. I have scripts, so that is a game object, right? Does this have an This doesn't have an explosion prefab. And this is a projectile. That's a game object. So in my projectiles, in here, it says game object. So let me lock this and go to the explosions and drag and drop that. No wonder I didn't let me assign it the other way. I think I'm going to have a section on my Discord dedicated to just progress updates to make them easier to find and share on other social media platforms. Currently X. Oh, that's perfect, except it's not. That scale is not what I thought it was. Okay. Getting closer. Oh, that's locked. That's why. Oh, because start size was a size of our lifetime. Is that affected by start size? Also, yeah, so 0.03, because 0.3 is just a third of a unit, which is still pretty big. Why did it go back to 0.3? Maybe I had a typo. Okay, maybe just a little bit bigger. I'll go like 0.6, that'll double that. But then the start speed doesn't have to be nearly as much. I am going to shrink. There's another error. Is that in the vending machine? Yeah, I'll get to that later. I gotta shrink this circle. Oh. Is that the circle I want to shrink? What's this one? Radius thickness. Oh. That I'm going to change the position X to just go over here a little bit so that it looks like it's coming from the wall and not like the space out off to this in front of the wall. Hopefully. Almost. So let's go to the shape again. The radius, can it just be 0? so like that's what it was. Isn't there a thing that says I can spawn it from the center or anywhere in at the circle? All right, let's see what this does. It's a little bit of like the same, isn't it? Maybe the offset is too much. Because if it's generating well within the solid shape as it's coming out, it might look like it was generating at a bigger arc. Yeah. It's not too bad. So I just put zeros there. I didn't like that, did it? Okay, we'll see what happens now. I should still have the spread. Okay, I am going to do color over lifetime then to make it fade. Color over lifetime. It's weird that I keep getting kicked out of the inspector. So as it gets smaller, which I believe it is set to get smaller. Yep. It'll also go translucent. I didn't think I'd have to do that, but can I have a random number of particles in the burst? Oh, good. Yeah. Between 3 and 5 is good. Why is that so many though? Count that. And it's just 3, right? Oh, it's not. That was like 30, and that's probably like 50. All right. Yeah, it's better. Cool. Okay, so I'm gonna make a video of this and I'll share it. I'll probably do a share progress channel on the Discord. And start sharing the animation to social media. Cool. Thank you guys for stopping by.